I was convinced I was alone in the hills, but I can definitely smell barbecue. There she is.
So that is clearly not a barbecue, that's obviously a tower. And we'll get back to that soon enough. I'm heading out into Royal Deeside towards Banchory. And yeah, that is not the sport box, that is definitely Travis. It's been a hot minute since I was last here. In fact, I haven't been here since I got Travis. My last trip to Scolty would have been, well, back when I had the caddy. And that feels like a lifetime ago. Does anyone else's van do that annoying beeping noise?
Still not happy.
Like it's trying to tell you there's a door left open, even though you've shut them all.
Oh, I don't know. Like the vehicle type.
There's options for cars or buses, but nothing for vans. What am I meant to do? Anyway, with parking eventually sorted out, it was time to get a wiggle on, and, well, the hope was just to make it to the summit before sunset. This is one of the things I love about Scolty. It's so close to Banchory town centre, but at the same time it's far enough away from Banchory, if that makes any sense. So like I said before, this place is quite special to me.
This is the very first place I ever came and had a go at vlogging. By then I had genuinely no idea what I was doing. I still don't, if I'm brutally honest. But I needed it then. My wife had just moved out, I'd lost my job. With the bit of money I had in the bank, I went and got myself a caddy and just started pleasing myself. For the first time in ages, it was like, right, I want to go somewhere. Put diesel in the van and I can. And with the way this year's been going, well, kind of feels like it's needed again. Let's get going.
I apologise now, I sound so unfit in this video, and that is mostly because I am so unfit. I kind of think of myself like this gate. I'm old and squeaky, but I've still got years of life left in me. Hopefully. When I was driving out towards Banchory, I honestly thought I might have the hill to myself.
Tell you what, really busy today. It's only the second time I've ever done Scolty. And the first time was the very first time I ever came out in the caddy and just stealth camped for the night.
And that was the time I very nearly got eaten alive by midges before struggling to find somewhere to park. Many lessons were learned on that first trip out, especially, most importantly, finding somewhere to park for the night before sunset. Today's lesson?
I've done it the wrong way around.
So I kept telling myself, not much further to go. And sure enough,
there she is. What do you think?
I timed this perfectly.
Much easier when it was just a drone. Well, that's worth it.
Did it! And I managed to catch the most amazing sunset.
Seconds later.
As you can tell, it's a wee bit on the windy side, so time to head back down again.
I need to deploy the hat because all of a sudden that wind's picked up. 2 secs, can't multitask. I've timed this beautifully for sunset, and of course, unless you hit the cairn, it ain't official. So it's official. I was convinced I was alone in the hills, but I can definitely smell barbecue. Someone is cooking nearby. It's the end of February. Although, and this is a true story, right? A few weeks ago, I was heading out for Sunday Funday, and there were a couple of lads, maybe a mile up the road from me, in the middle of this housing scheme near Anderson Drive, the main road that runs through Aberdeen. And they were barbecuing. The end of January in Scotland. And even though it wasn't tap-saff weather, they were tap-saff. So, yeah. It is nice though, because January was just miserable. February carried on. And it's only maybe been this last week or so that there's been any kind of encouraging signs that, yeah, maybe everything's alright and spring's on the way. So, to be out on a Saturday afternoon and it's still light after 5 o'clock, I'll take that. That is a win. And it was really nice to come back to Scolty as well, because like I said, some random Saturday 2.5 years ago, this is where I decided to take the caddy. Can't even remember, did the caddy have a name? Maybe it did, can't remember. But anyway, me and the caddy came here and then parked maybe half a mile away because I had no idea where I was going to go and stay, and I found a lay-by and that was that. So to come back to where the channel started kind of feels nice. I guess you would call it therapeutic. So yeah, thanks for coming along on the walk with me. Next time out, don't actually know what we're going to do yet. Maybe we'll get the EGR valve fitted. That was possibly going to happen today, but didn't. So at the moment, Travis still has that orange engine management light on. And every now and again, he's a little bit iffy starting, so I don't know what we're going to do, but we need to get the EGR changed and then kind of go from there. I'm kind of wondering if maybe it is an injector. And if it is, that's like 400 quid for a set, plus obviously someone's time to fit them. So if it is injector failure, which at this point I'm not ruling out, it's probably the end of the road for Travis, to be brutally honest. He's a transit van at the end of the day. Part of me is like, I've got to be sensible, but then part of me is also like, well, how do you replace him? Where do you find the money to get another van? So yeah, you know, I'd rather be cautious than just carry on. We'll see what happens if I get the EGR swapped over. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's all that's ever been wrong. Like I said in the last video, when we put on the second-hand one before, for a few days he was good. And then it just started failing again. So I'm kind of hopeful that maybe a brand new EGR, a decent one, is all he needs. We'll get it fitted when we get the chance. We'll see how he runs. I mean, at the end of the day, I nearly made myself ill with worry over, you know, what if? And as I keep telling friends, you can only worry about stuff that you can control. It's easier said than done, but there's no point worrying about the stuff that you can't. Maybe I need to take that advice. And there's that barbecue smell again. Anyway, listen, it's been great to come out to Banchory. Thank you for coming along with me. If you want to suggest other places to go, hit me in the comments below. If you haven't done already, a wee thumbs up and a subscribe is always really helpful. Thanks again for watching, and yeah, catch you in a couple of weeks.